Hey guys, Zerber here. In today's video, I'll talk about the troubled history of elites in Halo games. So if you're new to the channel, give a like, share and subscribe because it helps a lot so we can continue to grow and improve the quality of my content. So let's start. If we want to talk about the history of elites in Halo games, we need to start talking about where they started, that is, Halo C. In Halo C, they were one of the main enemies where we fighted, and they were very popular at the time. Because at the time we didn't have broods or any of the Promethean enemies, so we only had jackals, grunts, the flood, hunters, and elites. And the elites were the main enemies that you fighted, and they were very fun to fight. On Halo 2, they received even bigger focus because on the campaign you played as an elite, that in this case is the Arbiter. That is one of the best written characters in my opinion. And also because the Arbiter was one of the main characters of Halo 2, Bungie decided to add elites to the multiplayer. So now you could choose between playing as an Spartan or as an elite. And this was a very welcome feature because at the time we didn't have armor customization. So just by having an option of not playing as an Spartan was a very good thing. And on Halo 3, all this got even better because now you could customize your elite and Spartan armor. So now you could customize your helmet, your shoulders, left and right shoulders, and chest piece. So the customization got even better. And this was, in my opinion, the golden age for playable elites because now you could customize them, play them on normal modes, things like that. But this golden age was about to end, and we didn't even know about it because when Halo Reach launched, basically Bungie was giving all the attention to Spartans, and silently they basically just forgot about elites. So now you could only choose between some few presets to the armors. At least they were very cool, but still you couldn't play. Like you couldn't choose the armor that your elite was using like very in a very custom manner because you could only choose between some presets. You couldn't just choose some chest pieces, some shoulders and helmets. But it got even worse because you couldn't play as an elite on the normal multiplayer, only on some specific elite modes that were very rare to find on the matchmaking, and on Invasion. That was still a very popular mode, but most people were playing normal Slayer most of the time. So because of this, elites started dying right there. But it got even worse when Bungie went away. Because when 243 assumed, they basically thought that, you know what, we don't need playable elites. So they decided to just take them out. And since then, players were asking for playable elites, but it always was a very difficult thing to implement. And it makes sense because it is very difficult to balance elites in the Halo multiplayer because they're way bigger than Spartans and have a very different body type. So because of this, they can't use normal hitboxes, but also their hitboxes can't be very big because then people playing as elites would be in a disadvantage. But also they couldn't change a lot the elite body type because it would look very weird and it wouldn't look like an elite. So because of this, it was always very difficult to balance elites in the game. It was difficult to Bungie itself to balance them out on Halo 3. And because of this, they decided to just basically take them silently out of the main multiplayer. So in general, it is very difficult for them to balance out elites. And even though most people already lost hope, because 343 also confirmed that they won't be in Halo Infinite, at least at launch, I still have a theory that at least I hope that is true, that is, they will add elites as a post-launch content. Because Halo Infinite will be, like Halo MCC, a game that will be supported for multiple years, and also a game that will receive a lot of updates during its life cycle. For example, Halo MCC receives a new season every 2 months, and also a lot of patches to fix some bugs. So in general, Halo Infinite will have a lot of time to be updated because it also will be supported for 10 years in total. So this is a lot of time for Twitch to add elites. And this way they could make a full-on elite update. That could add elites, a lot of variation to their armors, maybe even different type of elites, so you could choose between the 4-3 style elites or the Bungie ones. Or even you could also receive a San Helios inspired map, because San Helios is the planet of the elites, and that we were able to play in Halo 5, and it looked simply incredible. So imagine if they added playable elites like on the normal multiplayer also, and and San Helios as a map. It would be simply incredible, and I think that this makes a lot of sense, because in my opinion, Curator already noticed that a lot of the community want playable elites. So they'll probably add it later. That in my opinion is a way better idea, because if they had to rush elites out in Halo Infinite launch, maybe it would be very similar to the way that they were implemented in Halo Reach. So they could only be played on some modes. So I think that they decided to delay it as a post-launch update, because this way they could just work more on it to make it very balanced. So in conclusion, Elites always had a very troubled history in Halo games, but I think that this is about to change in Halo Infinite. So I think that's it for this video. Give a like, share, and subscribe because it helps a lot so I can continue to grow and improve the quality of my content. And see you in the next video. Peace.